Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our beginners course in Revit, and this is day 4 of our project, and this is where we left the project. And in a special way, I would like to congratulate you for the far you have reached with this project. And today we are going to continue from here. Basically, yesterday or in the previous part, we finished our walls. We managed to put in families like doors and windows. We gave our rooms measurements. So today I'll do measurements again. When you click on the measurement tool or align measurement tool, there's this option that shows wall center lines. So you are supposed to measure the rooms from the interior wall surface. I keep emphasizing this. So what you do, you will have to click on this drop down, this one here, and then you select wall faces. So whenever you are going to measure, it will pick the wall faces. So let's measure this. This is 3.5. This is 3.5. Then there's this washroom that is 1.8 by 2. That's really a big washroom, trust me. This this is our living room. It's 4 by 4.3 by 4.1. Then our kitchen 2.8, 2.3. And then our pantry or our store 1.6 by 1.8. And then the dining is here. And then we have the master bedroom. It looks small. This is really a small master bedroom. And then the washroom is here. So what you need to understand in all this is space allocation is very, very important. It's the first aspect you need to really understand, and you should be able to come up with the spaces that are functional before you can really proceed with design. It's not all about creating walls, creating nice facades, but you understanding the spaces you are creating speaks more volume than any other thing. And of course, for our case, I have not really concentrated so much in how the spaces are allocated, but when you are doing your project, make sure your spaces are properly allocated. For example, you can see really so many errors here. For example, this dining, I feel it looks small. If you look at the kitchen itself, it's almost the same size as the dining, but the dining has to be bigger because everyone is going to sit and eat from here. So you take this into consideration. So for example, you can increase this to, let's say, 3.5, something like that. And then Also the master bedroom. The master bedroom is supposed to be a little bit bigger, but when you look at our living room, it seems we don't have enough space. That's why we only have 4.1 by 4.3. Though it's big, but if you look at the bedroom, they are almost the same sizes. But in a practical aspect, the living room has to be bigger than all the rooms in the house. The living room can be sitting room, though there are of types. There's sitting room, there's lawns, there's living room. Sitting room is basically what we have here right now, this space here, because sitting room is where you come and sit with your friends. Like you want to watch football here, you do it here. Then there's living room. Living room is mostly where kids stay, for example, where kids watch their TVs and do their own stuff. Then lawns is a bit bigger. Lawns has to be big, and sometimes it can even have its own kitchen. So really what we are doing here is a simple layout for a smaller house. So you realize the spaces may not be quite standard, but what you need to pick out from this is when you are designing, make sure your spaces are properly allocated, and every room must have some kind of privacy. As I told you yesterday, every room must have some kind of privacy, so that you don't expose your rooms to the public, because you might be expecting visitors and they don't have to look into your rooms. That's why you see the doors for these rooms are a bit hidden. Every door I try to hide it away from the face of the public. So today let's continue from here. For the spacing, I'll leave that to you as an assignment. Now that you know how to create the rooms, you should now go and research about room space allocation, because in architecture they say form follows functionality. That means functionality of your spaces comes first, and then the form follows. So, you need to take that into consideration. So we're going to create our floors. So if you want to create floors, you come to your architecture tab. Then from here you look for floors. So we have floors here, and you click on this drop down, you click on floor architectural. The same way we created the walls, that's almost the same way we're going to create the floors. So after selecting the floors, you come to this edit type. After clicking on the edit type, you must duplicate, which is always the first thing to do. So I'm going to just rename it as a floor. And the thickness, let's give 150 millimeters. I'm just renaming it with the thickness because I don't want to forget the kind of floor I've given. Though you can rename this anything you want, even without this thickness, it doesn't matter. So we shall click OK. From here we shall edit. When we click on edit, it has given us so many things, but for me I only need one component, which is one structure. So the rest I will delete. Click here, you delete, and this is already selected. I'll just delete. I'll keep deleting, but of course the core boundaries can't be deleted. And then I'm going to even delete this because I don't think I need it. So I will be left with this concrete masonry floor block, and of course we said our thickness has to be 150 millimeters. Then you click here along this line, you click here so that you have this where you are going to create a new material. You click on this, create and add new material. So here you click to create new material, and then you can rename your material. I will say floor, and for me I will put tiles, floor tiles. So from there you can come to graphics. Really we shall leave the graphics as it is, because most times the graphics only helps with when your view is shaded. You may use the graphics colors because it's the default color, but when you want to change, you click on the appearance, then you click on this icon which says replaces this asset. So you click on it, then we look for tiles. So we are going to click on the flooring. So these are some of the tiles that you can use for your floor. I'll use this one. Once you have selected, you click on this icon here to select. After selecting, you just close this, then you click apply from here, then you click OK. From here you click OK. You can see our material has changed here, so click OK. Here we click apply, then we click OK. Now it's time to start drawing our floor. So you have these options. There are these options that you can use to draw, but it's always easier when you choose pick lines, because this one you can simply just pick the wall lines. You can also choose to draw using this line tool. Then if your house is just a box house, you can even decide to use this rectangular shape tool. All these tools can be used depending on the style and the form of your house, so or your walls. So I'm going to pick lines, and for me I want to pick the exterior sides of the wall like this. I'll just click all around like that. So after clicking all around, you make sure these lines are connected, because when you just finish edit mode right now, Revit will not accept this, because this line, some of them continue here. Revit will not understand this kind of loops, so it has to go all around as a one solid line. There's one that we have not drawn here, so we have to pick this. So what you need to do in this situation is sorry, you pick your trim stroke extend to corner tool, then you trim what you want to really preserve. For example, we want to preserve this, we did this so that this one is trimmed off. We want to preserve this and this, the excess is trimmed off. We're preserving this and this, the other one is trimmed off. We're just left to do this and this, so that the inside parts are left. So now the floor is all over the house. All we need to do is to just tick, which means finish edit mode. So you tick here, you see now the floor has been placed all around our house. And if we click on our 3D here, this house, you click here and we look for our floor, let's see. You see now it has been placed here. If you want to pan your house around, you can hold on shift, then the middle part of your mouse. This one needs a mouse because it's a bit tricky to do it using your cursor or your keyboard, your keyboard cursor. But the best option is always to have a mouse that is really isolated from the computer, because it has three, let me say, terminals where you can, each one has a specific use. For example, the middle part is very important, either to scroll or to pan around. So right now I'm clicking on shift and the middle part of the mouse, it gives me the ability to turn the house around like this. So we have created our flow, as you can see there. So that is how you can create your flow for a house. And this color is, I think, instead it seems to be realistic. So if you want to see your realistic view, you just come to this icon that says visual style. You click on it. You can click on realistic, but I'm sure we are on realistic. So I prefer to work on shaded because the realistic makes the project really heavy. So that is in shaded. The shaded color comes from the graphics color I told you about when you are editing new material. So this color comes from that graphics. It is the default color for all the materials. So what you do, you use it so that your work doesn't hang or it doesn't become too heavy. If your computer is not powerful enough, this can really be so stressful, because when it starts freezing, you will not enjoy working. So this is how far our design has gone. Now we have this. You can as well label your rooms. Labeling the rooms is really easy. You come to annotate. You click on annotate. So from annotate, there's a text. You click on text. Then you just double click inside the place where you want to write anything. So here I can write bedroom 2, because that's the second bedroom. So just like that, you have written or labeled your room. When I click outside, you see the label will be there. So moving it, you can use the move tool, which is MV. So you click on it, you move, or you can just simply use your arrow keys on the keyboard to move these things around. Then of course, if you want to change this text font, you want to change the font, you want to change the font weight, you can double click on it, or you just click on it, you come to edit type. It will be able to bring for you these options. Then from this font or text font, you can change the font you want. For example, if I want Poppins, because I have Poppins in my computer, I will choose Poppins. Then the text size is here. I can see I'm going with 1.5. So when I click apply and OK, you'll see that it's Poppins font, and the size is 1.5. That is the font weight. So if I want to create more, I can even just now duplicate this. I can click on it. I can either copy or create similar. But now if you want to copy this, after clicking on copy, you also click on the text box before you start dragging. I hope you understand that. For example, if I click on it, then I click on copy, I start moving, nothing will come because you are not really dragging anything. So what you need to do is, after clicking on copy, you pick it from here. I'm not holding on anything, I'm just moving the mouse. So I can just paste here, can paste here, can paste here, can paste here, everywhere, here, here. So that's how easy you can duplicate these things. And then you just now double click on them to rename. So this is our bedroom 1. Then this is our living room. This is our living room. Then this is our master bedroom. And then this is the master washroom. I'm just going to abbreviate it, master washroom. So for you to abbreviate the washroom, it is WC, which means water closet, and it is a recognized shortcut for washrooms. So let me place that one there. You need to organize these things so that they don't compete for space. And then this is our kitchen. And then this is our pantry or store. Pantry is basically a store. It's a smaller store. Then this is our dining. Space. Have we left any room unlabeled? Yeah, this common washroom here, I'm going to click on this. I'll click on copy, then I pick it from here, I bring it here. Then you cancel, you double click on it, then you rename it to washroom, like that. I remember yesterday telling you washrooms need to have sliding doors, because you realize these normal doors take a lot of space. You can imagine from here to here, this is 900 millimeters gone, and yet your space inside is not enough. So it's always better if you can have a sliding door like this. If I want to pick this door and take it there, I'll just click on it, then I click create similar, then I go to this part. But now we first need to remove this. Going to remove it, then I'll pick this, I create similar, I bring it here. We can now edit this because it's really big, and you can see from the measurement here it is 1.7 by 2 meters, but we will just want a smaller door. So we shall click on edit type here. After selecting the door, you click on edit type. So we want the door to really just be 900. Don't want something so huge. Then the height, of course the height will be the head height. Maybe the height we shall add after knowing the head height of our doors and windows. So I've clicked applied and then OK. So now you can see it has reduced in size. It will reduce both sizes because I did not duplicate. So to reduce both this and that, and if there was another door of this same nature that we place somewhere, all the dimensions will change. Now I want to know the head height of other doors so that I can change the head height. So yeah, that one fits well because all the head heights are 2.250. So we have labeled our rooms, and then yeah, basically we have finished labeling our rooms, and we have seen the dimensions. We have created a floor here. Let's see from the 3D, and we have doors everywhere. Now it's time for roof in this house, I guess, but I feel we need a window here. All these rooms need to have windows. There's a room I'm seeing it doesn't have a window here, especially this. You see now this is our main entrance. Because we didn't duplicate this door, we changed the dimension. It has changed the dimension for this entrance, but we need an entrance door to be bigger than those interior doors. So we're going to click on this entrance door. We come to edit type, and from here we shall duplicate it, and we say entry door. I don't know if it is entrance or entry, but I'll just put entry door. So I will give a width, a really huge width. I want 2 meters. I guess 2 meters can be okay, and then we apply OK. Now you can see our door is big, and if you come to the 3D, you can see here how big it looks. It is now bigger than these ones inside. Bigger than these ones in the washroom, especially this. So that's how you can change these things. Now we need to, I feel we are ready to roof our house. But then before we roof our house, we can put few things inside this house. For example, beds. We need chairs in the sitting room. Basically, you have to organize your room and see if it is functional. And then from there you can really proceed to the next thing. Now we are going to load a few components here. Let's come to architectural tab, and then we go to components. You click on this drop down, place a component. From here you can check some components here. If you have ever loaded components, they will appear here. But if you have not loaded, you come to this part that says load family. So from here I'll click load family, and it will take me to my library. As I told you before, this library you get it from either your teacher, or you can download them from Beam Objects or 3D Warehouse, or you can also model it yourself if you have the time. So the library is having so many things, but of course you need to really look for what you want. So I may not overdo this, because trust me, this can take a lot of our time, and you just be searching for things that are not showing. Let me see this. We have furniture. So furniture, some furniture are here. I don't like this. There's this web library, furnishing, planting, plumbing, projects, cars, doors, windows. All these are not what we are looking for. I think I'll leave this one to you now to organize the layouts inside your room, the circulation, which is the most important part of our assignment actually, because we really need to understand our rooms very well, and how people move in it matters a lot, because you can't just design a house and you leave it like that. So tables, now we have one here. This is a dining table. We shall choose it. After loading, we bring it to the dining. The dining is here. So I want this table to have at least, because we have 1, 2, 3 bedrooms, and I believe we shall have more than 4 people in this house. So I'll click on the table. I'll say edit type. From this edit type, I don't think I'm going to really do much about it here. This one's okay. What I want to change is the type. From here you can change it to, there's this that says 4 seaters, then there's this that says 6 seaters. So I want the 6 seaters. When I click on 6 seaters, it will add 2 more chairs on the other side. So our dining has a table that is containing 6 chairs for 6 people. Let's move these wordings aside so that they don't compete with our dining table, like that. Then perhaps we can move this one on the table, like this. So our dining is done. Our dining is really done. Then let's look for another component. I've clicked on components. Then I'll come to load family. Let's first escape, because it has picked the furniture for the dining again. So next is let's look for beds. This is a bed, but these beds are not nice at all. We have a storage seats are here, and these are really basic. So for now, I'll leave these ones to you. You should be able to come up with a very nice organization in your room, so that your room circulation is really functional, because that is the biggest aspect of what we are learning. So now I want to teach you how to roof this house, and to do this we are supposed to go to our roof plan, which is here. But there's one thing I want to tell you. Let me first close this roof plan. Remember when we started, I'm going to double click on any of our elevations. Remember when we started, we decided to give 2 floors, but I realized this house is just a simple bungalow and it is not going all the way to the next floor. That's why we didn't even specify space for stairs. So we are going to change this to roof plan, then we shall delete this one off. So this that we specify as a roof plan, we shall just delete it. We say okay. Then this first floor now becomes our roof plan. Roof plan. Yep. So basically that is the change I wanted us to make before we can proceed to the roof plan. If I click on roof, now you can see our house is appearing here, though it's grayed out. You can't really change anything here. You can't pick any component here because this house is the walls are stopping from the roof plan downwards. The roof plan is completely on its own, so it only gives you the sketch of the house so that you know how to draw your roof. So if you want to draw a roof, you simply come to your architecture, then you come to roof. When I click on this drop down, there's roof by footprint, roof by extrusion, roof by face, roof by soft heat, roof by fascia, roof gutter. So all these options are here, and whenever you highlight on them, they will show you exactly what these things do. But for me, I am picking roof by footprint because that's what we are going to use. So we shall click on that. Then as the proceeding goes, just like the way we drew our floors, we shall pick any of these tools to draw our roof. And for me, again, I'll go with the pick lines because it makes work really easier. So I'll pick lines. The roof I want us to create is a lean-to roof. A lean-to roof, you will see how it works. Most people design it and make it a hidden roof because that is how the modern designs are now. So we are going to edit this roof. This is a basic roof, so we shall edit type, and here we shall duplicate. We shall say also our roof. Our roof here, then we shall edit it. You see it also gives so many things here. I'll delete most of them, and then I'll just leave this. But and then the thickness of the roof, I don't want a lot of it. I'll just go with 15 millimeters. So the material anyway, let's change. Let's create a new material. We rename it to roof. Then we come to the appearance, click on this icon, then you look for roof. If you know the material you want, you can search for it. If you don't know the material you want, you can search for this kind of generic names. It will bring for you these things, mostly tiles. Let's look for what we have. Let me first look for that and see if they can give us another option. Say roofings. Oh, okay. So we shall go with let's just look for any that. Let's go with this, I guess. So looking for this material sometimes can also be challenging. So I'll go with this. I'll apply and okay. Then here I'll say okay. I'm going a bit faster because these are the same things we have been doing. So now this roof, I want to divide it into 3. I'm going to pick lines as I told you before. The first will be, because I wanted this roof to be a lean-to roof, I'll pick the interior sides of these walls. So I'll pick here, I'll pick here, but then for this, okay, I'll first pick here, and then I'll pick here. I'll connect this. I'll use my trim to extend to connect this with this. Let me just do one side and you see. So if I click OK, from here make sure you always click don't attach, because if you attach, it will attach this roof to your wall and it will stretch your wall to unnecessary height. So you don't attach, then the roof has been placed. When we come to our 3D, you'll see the roof is like this. You see that? So if I change this to realistic, you see the roof is like that. But of course that's not what I want us to have. So I will come here, I will say edit footprint to re-edit the roof. Then I go to the roof plan. Now I'll give this roof I'll bend it to a specific side or to one side. I want this roof to pour all the water this side. If I want the roof to bend only this side, I'll click on this and I will uncheck this define slope. I'll uncheck it. I'll click on this, I'll uncheck it. I'll click on this, uncheck it. Then I'll just leave this and I'll give it what? The angle. So this will be 5 degrees. Just I want 5 degrees. That's how it will slope. Don't attach always. So when you come to a 3D, you'll see the roof is like this. You see that? This is how the roof is sloping. This is a lean-to roof. A lean-to means it leans to a specific wall. So we shall just have to draw a parapet wall here to extend it to the top of this roof so that the roof can be hidden. So I'll do this for the rest of the designs here, the part of the house. So we shall go back to our roof plan. Now I'm going to divide the rest of the house into 2. I'll create a roof from this, pouring water this side. I'll create another one to pour water that side. So let's go back to our roof, I guess, and then we can of course create similar. When you create similar, I pick my lines, then I'll start to draw. I'll draw here, I'll draw here, I'll draw here, then I'll draw here. I'll use my trim to extend to connect this with this, and then of course I'll also connect this to this. Since I want this roof to pour water in front, I'll uncheck this slope, I'll uncheck this slope, I'll uncheck this slope, and this slope is 30 degrees. We need only 5. So there, and then I'll click OK. The wall lines cannot intersect each other. That means this line, you can see this one is moving this side. The Revit doesn't like this, so we need to trim that. Then we can click OK, don't touch. Then we go to our 3D. That is the second part of our roof. See that? It pours water this side. This one pours this side. Then the third roof is going to pour here. So go to our roof plan. I think we can also divide this into 2. This one can pour here, and then this one can pour this side. The reason why I am doing this, I keep creating different slopes is because we want to make sure the roof will not leak. That is one thing. Because if you create a very long span of the roof, it becomes very hard to collect water from some points. Because the house is big, you can't have one slope all round, and that will have too much pressure on a duct. So we shall be able to have duct for this side, we shall have duct for this side, then for this, that one we are going to create. So that is basically the reason why I am doing that. So I'm creating the third roof. So here, 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 and here. So I'm going to connect this to this. I'll connect this to this. I'll connect this to that. And then I remove this angle. I remove this angle. I remove this angle. I remove that angle. Now for this case, we shall not remove this angle because it is also on this surface, but we shall remove this angle. Then we shall give this 5 degrees. Then we shall also give 5 degrees. The reason why we have left here 2 is you can see both of them are on the vertical lines. So these ones are all pouring, but these other ones are not pouring. This one is where the roof is starting, so you should be able to understand the difference. So we shall finish this side before checking this. Let me do this, 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 and that. We are going to trim this to this. Shall trim this to this. We shall connect that. We shall trim this to this. We shall uncheck this. We shall uncheck this. We shall uncheck this. Then this we give it 5 degrees. So let's finish. Now it is Revit is annoyed with us. The sketch defines more than one footprint. Make sure the sketch contains only one outmost loop. So Revit is trying to tell us that we should not have more than one footprint. So let me remove this and finish one. Let's finish that. Don't touch. Then we can now draw the other one. We say create similar, pick lines. I believe my speed has increased now because I've shown you what to do. So yeah, now we are just going to uncheck this. So I'll uncheck this, I'll uncheck this, then this will give it 5 degrees. So we finish edit mode here. When we go to the 3D, this is how our roof is going to be. It's pouring water in different directions. So now we shall use the parapet walls to hide this roof, and I think that one will come in the next video because we have taken long here. We are 50 minutes into today's session, and I'll leave you to practice this, how to draw this roof. When we come back, we shall be able to draw the parapet walls around this roof and hide all of them so that we have a beautiful design. And we shall also, I guess after that, now go to our facading, and we see how nice this house is going to be at the end of the day. So this is it today. Basically, this is it today. Please make sure you subscribe if you find these videos useful to you, because we have not finished our project. Make sure you save it. We have not finished it, and for you to really get notification, you only need to subscribe, and more videos are going to come. I have actually prepared also a project in ArchiCAD for those who want to know how to design using ArchiCAD. So we shall be doing projects in ArchiCAD, Revit, ArchiCAD, until we learn these softwares very well. So thank you so much for sticking with us. Always be here with Lulua Tech Designs. Thank you so much. See you in the next phase of our project. Thank you.